2015, my dad had passed, and I'd lost interest in business, it seemed. What I had noticed is that every person I seemed to be sent to, or they were sent to me. It was a Sunday night, I remember, and I was praying, and I was like, God, I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to be doing. I would like to believe that it's all about roots, but I really wouldn't be honest with you if I said it was all about roofs. Hi, I'm Alec Martin with I Am Roofing, where your roof matters because you matter.
Sell me a roof.
Let me think about it, man. I like to believe that we do things a whole lot different here. A lot of times I ask the question like, okay, why I Am Roofing? Why? Well, first off, where does the name come from? I Am Roofing. And I would like to believe that it's all about roofs, but I really wouldn't be honest with you if I said it was all about roofs. It's actually all about people. If I only make my job about roofs and about making money and putting on roofs, of course, that's what we want to do, and that's what we do. But we want to impact people, each and every person, each and every family. I have to make it about the people and about the person because that's what matters to us. That's the whole entire heart behind I Am Roofing, that we can actually make a difference and make a change in the world, because every roof that we go to is a family, is a person, and each person wants to be valued and noticed. And I've recognized that in the world that people aren't being valued and people aren't being noticed. So if we can just notice people in each family, if I can leave someone with a smile on their face, first off by putting a good roof on their house, but secondly by encouraging them, lifting them up, complimenting people, just meeting people where people are at, sitting and having a conversation with someone and just listening and laughing with them. I've found that it really makes the difference, because at the end of the day, we do put on good roofs and we do things a little differently, starting with the inspection all the way down to the tear off and the installation. We protect our customers' property. We also like to protect the landscaping and your gardens because that matters to people too. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into their gardens because they love their flowers, they love their plants. And we want to protect those too. And not only that, we also want to protect your house. So we take a lot of time and a lot of effort in ensuring that we do protect households. 2015, my dad had passed, and I'd lost interest in business, it seemed, doing insurance work. And every house I went to, I wasn't interested in the business aspect of it. I mean, I just totally lost it. And so every person, what I had noticed is that every person I seemed to be sent to, or they were sent to me. And it was either, I had something I was bringing to them, or they had something they were giving to me, but we always seemed to connect. And it was just kind of like I was saying, meeting people where they're at. But I had sold my business. I sold my business because I had lost interest. And it was a Sunday night, I remember, and I was praying. And I was like, God, I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to be doing. And I said, if that's the case, maybe you'll make it easy. Maybe it'll just be easy, and my partner will come in. Maybe he can just buy me out. And on Monday morning, when I walked through the door, my partner, I made it before him. I was sitting in the office, and when he walked through the door, the first thing he said was, one of us needs to buy the other one out. And so I ended up selling my business. I was driving down the road, and I was having that inner conversation, and I was like, there's got to be something I can do. And I just had this inner voice, you can call it, or I just had this understanding. I heard, and it was very light and quiet, but I heard, start a roofing company. This was back in like 2018. And I laughed about it. I mean, I 100% laughed about it because I'd I come from a general contracting background where I managed the entire job. And I laughed about it because I just could not see, at the time, I couldn't see where a roofers made any money, because I had this belief about roofers that it was a stereotype that roofers were a certain kind, and and they just put on roofs. And I didn't do that. I went into construction fully again, and but when I did, everything was successful, and at some point, things just kind of quit working for me. As far as I gained my business interest back, I gained vision back for business. I gained all that back. It came back to me, and I had all these ideas coming, but at some point, it just stopped working for me. And this was just before COVID. And about 6 months prior to COVID, my main provider of work shifted gears, and I basically, every phone call that was coming in for remodels went away. I went from probably looking at 25 jobs a week to looking at, 1 or 2. And so, you get in that place and you start to wonder, but through that, the oddest thing happened. Just before that lockdown of COVID, all these roofs started coming in. I just started getting calls about roofs. And I wasn't even having to meet people and get contract signs, because people didn't want to meet up back then. People were waving at me through their glass doors and leaving envelopes on their car with money in it, so we could put their roofs on. And so through all that, I said, well, maybe I am supposed to just be doing roofs, and maybe I'm not just doing roofs just to do roofs, but just maybe what I believe and what we believe here at I Am Roofing, and what all of our guys believe. My partner Brian believes this, is that it's divinely inspired, and each and every person that we meet up with, we're supposed to be meeting with them for some reason or another. Even if we lose the job, if we win the job, each appointment has been made, and we're supposed to meet with each and every person. Whether it be that, they have something that they need to tell us or give us, or we need to learn from, which is just about every appointment, or maybe we have something that we can give them or show them. But each and every appointment, I believe that we're supposed to be there. It's every appointment, not just some, every one of them. And so what that does for me is it gives me, there's a deeper reason to go in and doing business with people than to just get a contract signed, or to just put a roof on someone's house. It becomes much, much more, and it's much, much more gratifying. What I've found is each person I meet, everybody's kind of going through something. We're all kind of on our highs and our lows, or we're right there in the middle. As we meet with people and we're just honest and upfront, just listening, that type of thing, what I found is people tend to kind of open up to us. It's got to be more than just business as usual. It has to be. Even this. Yeah, so what I teach and when we meet and what we talk about, of course we talk about new technologies, new shingles coming out, new metals, new coatings, new ways of doing drip edge, new standards. How can we raise the bar with standards and that type of thing? But something else we talk about is why we're really here. What's the real purpose behind us doing business right now? What's the real purpose behind us meeting with so many different types of people each and every day? And for me, it has to be, this connection, and I have to be able to bring some type of light to each and every meeting. I have to be able to bring, what I really want people to experience when they meet with us is I want them to feel something different. I want them to feel, you could say love, happiness, joy, whatever that is, peace. I want them to feel that when we walk into the room. And what I've done there and what we've done there is we've affected someone in a different way, hopefully. Because if you walk throughout your day, how often do you ever get a compliment? In all honesty, you don't. You just don't. You know, like the other day, somebody told me my tattoo. They complimented me on my tattoo. You know how good that made me feel? It was a tattoo, but they said, "Man, that's a really cool tattoo," and it just kind of lifted me up. Or if somebody just smiles at you and notices you. So that's kind of what we do in each and every appointment when whether we're visiting our insurance clients or whether we're visiting our customers to put a roof on, we want them to have a different experience. Has your roof recently experienced a storm? Have you recently experienced a storm? High winds, hail, heavy rains. Here at I Am Roofing, we have over 20 years of experience with working with insurance carriers, insurance adjusters, working storms of various kinds. It's because we've worked with most carriers and we have over 20 years of experience. What we can do is help walk you through that claims process. And we're here to help throughout every step of the way.
Call I Am Roofing today at 334-245-8580 for your free inspection, and let's build a relationship today.